Okay, UFC 184 has come and gone. Ronda Rousey, of course, had a match. And, I want to say Zingo. I'm probably going to do a horrible job with that last name. Yeah, so she just... Zingano, okay. Yeah. As of right now, with how long this video's gone, the fight's been done. And right now we're at like twice. Yeah, Cat came out like a... Well, now we're at 3 times. Cat came out like, oh, just fierce. Like, I am going to kill this woman. And then, well, right now we're at 4 times. The match has been done. And she just caught an armbar and that was it. So, I've been toying with doing some of these. I do versus fights quite a lot. So I've been toying with one for UFC competitors and mixed martial artists. So I'm looking at record, age, height, weight. So this is like your reach. Here's your strength advantage. Striking, grappling and clinch, and power yard submission. And I've got 3 different fights paired up for Ronda. We'll begin with one that ends up being considered quote-unquote a money fight. A money fight from mainstream draw. That, of course, is Ronda Rousey versus Gina Carano. So, Ronda Rousey, at this point in time, is 11-0. If you look at everything Gina Carano has done, she's 12-1-1. That includes exhibition fights. So, she technically has a little bit more experience. She's also 32, so that puts her actually probably a little on the slower side, and plus she also hasn't fought in 5 years. So that edge definitely goes to Ronda Rousey. Height. 5'8" for Gina. 5'6" for Ronda. So reach advantage. Definitely give the reach advantage to Gina. Wait. Gina is known to build at 155. Had a problem hitting 145. Ronda 135. I will definitely say that when you look at the two, Gina Carano has certain certain locations that have weight that do not lend themselves to additional power. Yeah, that's what we'll say. So definitely pound for pound, you are looking at Ronda being a much stronger competitor. Plus, if this fight were to happen, it would happen at 135. Therefore, definitely giving Ronda the edge there. Now we're looking at striking. Gina, very, very prolific striker. Definitely has a striker's chance in this sort of contest. Heavy to Muay Thai background. Grappling clinch, yeah, that's Ronda. Submissions, that's Ronda. So if these two were to actually fight now, I do picture Ronda is going to take this fight. I think Gina's got a little bit more of an advantage when it comes to a little more experience. She has actually a lot more time. A little bit of an advantage when it comes to reach. And is definitely a more prolific striker. However, she hasn't fought in quite some time. She is a bit on the older side. She's going to promise making weight, and Ronda's going to flat out kill her if she's allowed to get a hold of her. So if those two were to fight, it's Ronda's going to take it. I will say I give Gina a puncher's chance. Now, against Cyborg. Yes, Cris Cyborg. Who right now is 13-1. Who destroyed her opponent in 48 seconds? So, Ronda, Cris. 11-1, 13-1. So Cris definitely does have an advantage when it comes to the amount of fights that she's done. Age, 27, 29. So I will give a slight advantage to Ronda when it comes to that. Height, 5'8" to 5'6". So again, Cyborg. 145 to 135. Can Cyborg drop the weight? Yes. Will she still be as physically dominant? That's That's going to be the big story of this. I will say, when you look at her, they don't build women like that. Yes, it's upon Cyborg. Yeah, I get it. So definitely, she definitely has an advantage when it comes to the overall size. Striking. Yeah. Cris is a flat out killer in this sort of arena. You're probably thinking, man, a lot of this seems like it's definitely heading towards Cyborg's favor. Now we're at the grapple, clinch, and of course, submissions. Submission, that's definitely Ronda. Grapple and clinch. I think when these two end up locking up, I do think I will give that edge to Ronda. She's probably thinking, well, wait a minute. Do I think that these two were to fight, Cris is going to probably take it. A lot of that comes down to her ability to make weight. If she can make weight and still maintain the amount of power she's got, that is scary. That is very, very scary. I think it's a lot of what it comes down to. If she can maintain her style and be 10 pounds lighter, I think she definitely gives Ronda a run for her money. Ronda's fought a lot of very prolific strikers, but not someone who's got the raw power that you see in Cyborg. If you remember when she fought Serrano, she whooped the daylights out of her. So I definitely do think Cyborg makes a very interesting matchup. I would say if she were to make the jump to UFC, see have her make weight, then do a fight to show that she can operate at 135, because you don't want to have her cut weight, be at 135, take on Ronda, and she gets smoked because of the difference in the weight. I'm assuming that's not going to make a difference. However, if it does appear that 10 pounds makes any bit of difference in the way her current game is, Ronda's going to own her. Because what makes Cyborg work is it is that raw, animalistic power. And if she actually loses some of that due to that 10 pounds of weight, Ronda's got her. Ronda's currently at the absolute pinnacle of her game. Cyborg, very close. We're looking at, you have two people who are about here. Any slight adjustment in that is going to throw it entirely into one person's favor over the other. So making the assumption that her strength will be the same, which will be that devastating, I do picture she has every bit of great chance of beating someone like Ronda. We've seen Ronda take a couple of good shots, but the sort of punch that Cyborg can throw, she has to connect. Again, I'm looking to give her a striker's chance, but I think she's got a much more powerful strike. And now, because it's topical, Ronda and Arianny Celeste. Oh. That's the ring girl. They've been kind of having a war of words because I don't know why. Record, Arianny 0, Ronda 1. Arianny 29. Ronda 27. Bull 5-6, that's a wash. Arianny 120. Ronda 135. So do I picture her packing on either 15 pounds of muscle or Ronda being forced to lose 15 pounds of muscle? So we'll say Ronda has to cut weight. That's definitely going to work in Arianny's favor. Striking. It's Ronda. Submission. Ronda. Yeah, if these two were to get into any sort of physical altercation, Ronda's just going to flat out destroy her. If you, of course, were to have them switch and see how well could Ronda be a ring girl, I think she could do a pretty good job walking around an octagon. Having to sit there and smile when the camera gets really close to her face. She might have issues when it comes to taking all the cat calls, but I don't picture most guys doing cat calls to her. Unless they get drunk. If they allowed her to touch the fans, I'm pretty sure the first guys whose arm she pretty much breaks off and stuffs down his throat, they'll probably quit cat